What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to News Device Gaming, and finally did it. I finally got my first regional top, and it was with Mathmech. Now, all it took is me losing to three really good players, and they were able to pull me in. This was at the Fort Worth Regionals here recently. They had about 340 players. I lost to people who I'll put their places here, the guys that I lost to. They placed above me. I ended up sneaking in barely at 44th. But we still got it. Now, I don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh! Often, except for when I go to locals, which is maybe about once or twice a week. I don't really practice online. I don't really, do much outside of when I go to locals themselves. So it's kind of understandable that it took me forever to do this. But I finally did it, and it feels awesome. All of my friends have their invites, and now I finally do as well. So yeah, this is the deck profile, and it's Mathmech. Let's go. Alright, so let's start with the deck profile. We're going to start with engine first. We have 3 circular, still at 3. I'm going to be so sad when it's gone, down to 1 next format. 3 diameter. I decided to place 3 because I like seeing him. Diameter plus any other extender is full combo plus, interruption for if they try to negate you, which is great. And then we play 2 Sigma, of course, for obvious reasons. 2 addition and 2 subtraction. Then after that, we have 3 Pellic Seas. I know, one of them's common. I'm trying to get the third one, but haven't found it just yet. This card is amazing. If you get nibbed, if you have this in your hand, it's just over for your opponent. Because you just go, oh, cool, yeah, Link Spider, and yeah, gives game. Spoilers, Link Spider's in the deck as well. And now for the non-Cyburst stuff, I decided to go actually with the Spirit package instead of the, whatchamacallem, this guy's stuff. The dragon. Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I wasn't too big of a fan of him because I really don't like another normal summon in the deck. I feel like Diameter's probably still is the best normal summon in the deck. If your other guy gets hit, it's a little bit harder to deal with. If Diameter gets hit, you're like, well, okay, cool, extender anyways, still have the negate, and yeah, you go off. So I still feel like Diameter's still better than the Firewall stuff, personally. Then for other cards, we have 3 Small World, because this is the greatest card of all time. Lets you search anything in the deck. There's so many bridges, it's nuts. You can search just about, I think, any monster card in this deck, even including the side deck, which is crazy. And then for the last 3 cards, 1 Mining, 1 Equation, and 1 Super Fac. Now, 1 Mining, I was a little iffy on this, but I saw Yasin, I think that's how he says it, Yasin's profile from Philadelphia, and he was on 1. And then I was looking at it, I was like, you know what, with this many extenders, really, you kind of don't really need that. You'd rather run more extenders, because extenders can't get ashed. This can. Now, with Circular going to 1 next format, I might have to bump that up, or maybe play the Firewall engine, we'll see, but yeah. So that's it for main engine cards. Now, for non-engine hand traps and other goodies, we've got Triple Ash. Speaking of stuff that can be ashed, we also run Triple Droll. This card, obviously MVP of the format. This card is nuts. It can just stop opponents' turns. It can also stop our turns too, and this card is very painful to deal with in this deck. Then we play 2 of this, which is Ogre. This card was actually fantastic this weekend. Then we have 2 Nibiru. Nibiru did not really show up too much this weekend. I didn't draw it 1, and 2, the people I drew it against, it wasn't really that great game 1, so mostly ended up going to the side deck. So I might move this over to the side. Then, of course, the Santa Claus, because we love giving people presents, and it's very searchable in this deck because 2,000 defense can go with the Parallax Seas as well. Then we are on 2 talents. This card came in super handy. You get hand trapped, you're like, oh, okay, draw 2. Or, I mean, if you get drolled, it's not really any good, except for, for maybe ripping cards out of your opponent's hand, which is fine. But you want to get into extenders so you can kill your opponent. So, against any other hand trap besides droll and Imperm, I guess, this card is pretty great. Speaking of Imperm, we run 3 Imperm. Yeah, that's it for the hand traps. Imperm is great. You can set it using your opponent's turns. The only thing it sucks is maybe drawing it off a Heat Soul, but that has not happened to me recently. And one more thing, speaking of Small World, this guy has the same defense as all of the Ghost Girls, so this card can be your bridge into any Mathmech if he's still in your deck. So you pitch a Ghost Girl, pitch this, add any level 4 Mathmech. It's crazy. This card is fantastic. Good normal summon because this gets you into Baguska with the other spirit guy. Okay, and that is it for the main. We are at a flat 40. Now let's go over the extra deck. Now this deck, like I said, is pretty standard, as all Mathmechs are, which is I'm kind of going quick through it. We run 2 Alimbertion and 1 Laplation. I think I've only had it come up once in recent memory where somebody would take it out with a Kashtira deck. Usually they'll go for one of the Link monsters instead, so you're fine with just one. Then for the other guy, we have a Baguska the Drunk Guy, my personal hero here. I have made him a couple of times at locals, not this regionals, but it's always good to have an option to go into if you really need to. Then for the ones, we have a Link Garibo, we have an Almirage, and we have a Link Spider. This card did win me a game this weekend. It's really good, especially if you get nibbed. You just go, oh, okay, cool, I'm just going to continue playing. Thanks, not a problem. Then we have 2 Splash Mage. This card is fantastic. You needed it too because you need one for first turn usually, and of course for follow-up turns this card is great as well. Speaking of, if we go into that first turn, we go into this so we can search diameter for follow-up. It all depends on how the board shakes out and if we get hand trapped or not. Next, the last link to, of course, is the Update Jammer. We all know what this is for. We have the Heat Soul, which we usually end on for extra draws into hand traps. We have the Transcode Talker, because this card is amazing. Getting it to point at your big guy is pretty decent. And then, of course, the double access code for the end. I know not a matching your ready, I'm gonna get him, sorry. So, for the side deck, we were on 3 Bell. This card is fantastic, especially if you know they're going to board into Bestials. This card is really good. I need to find my third one of these because I want to have a matching set. But anyways, yeah, this card is really good, especially, like I said, if you're going against Bestials. It stops a lot of stuff, it's good in the mirror. This card just generically is amazing. Now, for the one-ofs, we are on 1 Denko, we are on 1... of the 5 Rainbow guy, and we are on 1 Pink. The card that really outshone itself was Denko. Denko is crazy, man. But certainly went through and destroyed, I believe it was a 1 Traptrix player, and then also a Runic Stun player who was also playing back row. That also kind of screwed them pretty bad as well. This card is amazing and searchable in this deck through several ways. It is a light, so you can search it off your lights through Small World, and you can search it through your what's his name? The Spirit Homie as well. So that card is fantastic. Next, we played 3 of these, XYZ Encore. I did side it in a bunch, but never really saw it. The only time I saw it was useless. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it in because, you know, Pearly, this card is really for Pearly. It can also work against Kashtira, but there are other outs. We have searchable Kaiju, so I might replace this with something else. Then for some back row hate, we are on 2 Cosmic and a Duster. This is only because I couldn't find my third Cosmic. I did find it since, so I'm going to put that in instead. And then for the traps, double anti-spell and a pointer. I wanted to give a pointer a 1 last hurrah here, you know, because it's about to get banned as well. But yeah, anyways, that's the deck profile, and what I got ended up 44th at the Fort Worth Regionals with. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'm going to go to the outro now. So yeah, and that's the deck. So my losses here, they were Marinces. This guy just blew me out of the water, pun intended. He was really good. The other loss was my buddy Creighton. He is one of the best players here in DFW. I always get paired up against him at locals or whatever. I'm just like, please leave me alone. The dude, the system is bullying me by making me play him. The dude's actually really nice, really good. I always learn a lot playing him. And my third loss was to Cam. He is one of the best players out there. He keeps topping YCS and stuff like that. He was actually a bounty duelist here at this regionals. Yeah, I went up against him and I just could not do it. All 3 of these guys, I believe all 3 of them are placed in the top 20 or 25 if I'm not mistaken that I lost to. And I was just able to beat everybody else. But still, you know, I feel happy I finally got my invite. You know, it took me forever, but hey, here I am. And hopefully a few more to come. I'm definitely going to keep on playing. Might go back to Dinos now to the new support, but I still need my Misket more than 1. I still miss you. You are my baby Miscellaneousaurus. I missed you, baby. Okay, and that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll see y'all soon. Bye.